Hey guys, it's Nananea and welcome to Nananea's Nightmare DLC edition. This is level 1 Traffic Jammed. Now for loadout, I've got my wand with extra damage to charmed enemies. I've got lightning ring with chill, bone amulet with more damage. I've got spikes with bleed, coin forge with extra damage, web spinners, new trap, web spinners with extra damage, boom barrel dispensers with take the boom barrel upgrades. I've got new trap, ceiling darts with freeze. I've got maces with faster and mana reach trinket. So, doing a little bit of a different setup here. Lots of fire elementals, so I went with the boom barrel dispenser because explosion damage just wrecks them. I took the coin forge because they take extra damage from it. I took the web spinner because it slows and they take extra damage. And the bone amulet, it's not something I usually take, but I wanted to take a decoy. But decoys were being exploded by the new fire elemental, like sapper guys. So it wasn't worth 700 to have a decoy. Even the reappearing ones, there's not enough time for them to come back. So the bone golem is mana, no big deal. And it's a great decoy. Bonus of having the bone amulet is the primary attack just wrecks these guys. One shot kill on the little sapper guys. It's really invaluable to have it. Otherwise, boom barrel explosion is pretty nice. I wanted something different. This isn't high scoring. Not at all. You could definitely use a different trap other than the boom barrel dispenser. So that's up to you. You could use something other than the coin forge as well, but you have to have, I think, you have to have something that adds extra damage. Otherwise, you're gonna need barricades and things like that. I didn't want to use barricades, so this is what you get. This is how I 5-skulled it. I like doing stuff out of the norm, you know that. Come on. Not only do I want to have a box that 5 skulls, I want to have a box that shows you guys that you don't have to do exactly what everyone else does. You don't have to have a cookie cutter setup on these levels. And this was actually really easy with this setup. The only issue you're going to have is with the maces throwing orcs, right? They may throw an orc or two and not kill it down near the rift, but you'll have plenty of time as long as you're watching the mini-map. Ah, those bone golems. Such a good decoy. Just for mana, that's it. And that's why you take the mana reach trinket. Now I realize a war mage may struggle with this, but war mage has tar, so it's moot. Completely moot. Just use tar and you'll be fine. Now another thing about this strat is I believe you can get untouchable with this strat fairly easy. Obviously you're going to 5-skull it if you just really pay attention to what you're doing and don't run into the fray as much as I do. I think you can get untouchable, which is an easy 50,000 points. So be on the lookout for that. Wave 4, I'm putting down my spikes finally. I wanted to get the boom barrels out quicker. Spikes don't do that much damage. Usually they're in the kill box of the coin forge. That's when they die, so. See, there we go. I threw that orc down there. No big deal.
My plan worked perfectly.
Exactly, my plan did work perfectly. We're gonna put another web spinner over where the spike traps are, and that's it for the kill box, really. In between the maces, I went brain dead for a second. Maces, you're gonna have 3 of the ceiling darts. Now the freeze on the ceiling darts isn't necessary. Since you don't have barricades, you could take the charm. Just one thing to know about the charm is Enemies don't take damage from your traps if they're charmed. So you may just have a guy sitting in there. That's why I went with the freeze. Extra damage. Fire elementals. You figure a freeze is probably good, right? It's pretty good. Ah, boom barrel dispenser. So weird. I wish it spit out barrels quicker. Just a little too slow for me. But it's fun to use.
Wonderful death.
It's nice to see those huge elementals just explode. Walk in and explode. You can see I'm spending most of my time far outside the kill box. The reason I run down here is I don't want the orcs following me. Usually I try and drop a decoy before I go down there too.
So many dead all at once.
Ah, bone amulet, so good here.
Someone lost their head.
These enemies are
That
just
is entertaining.
nothing against it.
Let them come.
Now, one thing I did notice, the new water elemental enemy, which we'll see in the next level, explosion damage does not hurt it at all. So my wand was pretty much 0 damage on it. Bone amulet's not going to help. Dwarves don't really help. So we're going to have to think of something else. What would hurt water? I don't know. May have to switch up our strat here. I think I got a good idea though. It is called fire and water. I don't know.
So many traps and
So-
so many victims.
Wave 6. Sorry, my alarm went off. I'm gonna keep that in there. Wave 6, and we're just, we've had our kill box set up for a while now. Just letting it run. Do your thing. I would have loved to incorporate some physics or something like that, but it's just so many elementals, so many heavy enemies that
Now
it
it's
doesn't
time.
work. I wanted to do something with push traps and sprayers. I tried the alchemist satchel, which doesn't work on them, by the way. Alchemist satchel does not work on
Why so serious?
the elementals. Doesn't slow them, doesn't do shit. It's terrible on them. Now these kobolds, you think, oh, I don't have brimstone, I don't have grinders. Well, it's no big deal. You got lightning ring. You'll be fine. Don't worry. Have faith in the traps. I would not lead you astray. Best place to put the lightning, by the way, is standing on the coin
An extra
symbol
helping
of the
pain.
coin forge. Since it goes right on top of you now, the lightning that is, goes right on top of you, so that's where you want to put it for maximum coverage. Actually, if you look at the ceiling dart range, that is the exact same as the lightning ring. So if you ever need help figuring out the range on that, just look at the ceiling dart. Now that little guy, I don't know how he got down there, especially with his shield, but dead. No big deal.
A momentary pause. I have never been more ready.
Wave 8 has a lot of bad guys, a lot of elementals. They're throwing you in the fire, literally, figuratively. Oh, Reddit. You've ruined me forever. More bone golems. If you're ever running low on mana, use that mana rage trinket. That's what it's there for.
Oh, yes,
I had to pop it 3 or 4 times just to keep the lightning and the bone golems going. Sometimes I used it for the primary of the bone amulet just to help DPS. So look at all those explosions. Love it. Get in there. What are you waiting on? Don't come this way. Come this way.
I want some more.
I do want some more.
I am ready.
Look at that money score. 11,000. If you took decoys, you'd have 0 money right now. And it'd just be littered with decoys. A lot of the levels have stuff coming from both ways. And it makes kill boxes kind of weird.
So much wonderful.
I'll admit, I did not 5-skull any of these on War Mage. Not yet, at least. I just played him and I'm like, ah, man, this is kind of annoying. Which is good. I like annoying. I like challenging. I like having to think about my kill box instead of just taking barricades and doing a 4x2. Die, die, die. Get out of my way. Look at all
So
those.
many traps and so many victims.
Almost finished. Almost done. Just need a few more things to die. And... oh, one left.
So pleasing.
One left. There we go. 5-skull dance. Do the splits. Alright. Traffic jammed. Complete. Victory. 166,829. Again, like I said, not a high scoring loadout at all. Par time, 2 minutes, easy. Plenty of time left. I was a little worried about that. The first time I did it on War Mage, I did not hit the par time because I couldn't kill the enemies quick enough because I was using a 4x2. I still managed to get 10th. The 185,000 is from the last time I did it with the 4-skull. I used the exact same loadout. The one thing I didn't do was I didn't spam the bone amulet primary as much. So, if you want a higher score with this loadout, don't spam the bone amulet primary. Well, I hope this helped, guys. Thank you for watching, and next one up is Double Decker. This one is, oh, water elementals everywhere.